In this video, I will show you the design and implementation process for this sound. I started the design process by recording various fire sounds in my home. I trimmed the audio clips and cleaned up the audio in Isotope RX before importing the audio into Reaper. I layered these sounds together with a few library sounds and used a few plugins to get these finalized audio clips. When I was done creating these clips, I imported them into the default work unit of the actor mixer hierarchy in Wwise. I made a copy of the audio asset with 2 shouts and trimmed both of them to be one different shout. I then put both of these into a sequence container. I also added the default Wwise delay to the sequence container's effects just because it felt appropriate for the animation. Referencing the animation, I could have made just one event and even one individual sound effect, but I chose to separate the sounds into 2 separate events for a specific reason. I will explain more once we are in the Unreal editor. The first event is player combustion cast. I dragged the sound effects and sequence container with the shouts into the property editor of the event. Using the delay column, I staggered when these sounds trigger in the event. I followed a similar procedure for the player combustion stomp event, but there's an action that stops the looping fire sound set by the previous event. If you wanted to test this out before integrating the audio into Unreal Engine, you can create a Soundcaster session. In the Soundcaster session, you can test out your audio design. Let's try it out. Normally, you would have to put the events into a specific sound bank, then generate the sound banks before integrating your audio into a game engine. For this demonstration, I'm using something called event-based packaging. To quickly sum it up, event-based packaging gets rid of the need for sound banks, allowing the user to directly load and unload events in Unreal Engine. I'll provide a couple of video links in the description and/or comments that further discuss event-based packaging between Wwise and Unreal Engine. After integrating Wwise in the Wwise launcher and enabling event-based packaging in Unreal Engine, you will need to generate the sound data under the Build Options menu. After that, I searched for the animation in the content browser and double-clicked it. This will open up a new window where you can see the full animation timeline. In the timeline, I added a track to place a couple of notifies. I placed a notify where I want the player combustion cast event to start and another notify where I want the player combustion stomp event to start. If the animation changes in any way, like the duration before the stomp, this is where using notifies with separate Wwise events becomes extremely useful. You will be able to make fast and easy changes without having to go back to the design phase. After placing and naming the notifies, you will want to open the blueprint and find some empty space in the event graph. Right-click and search for the name of the desired notify and add it to the event graph by selecting it. An event node will be placed in the event graph. Drag the mouse cursor off of this execute pin and search for post-event under the audio kinetic category. A new function node will be created and connected to this event node. In the AK event menu, select the desired Wwise event. After this, drag off of the actor pin and search Get Owning Actor. A new node will be created targeting self, or the actor that this animation is tied to. Repeat this process for the other notify, then compile and save the blueprint. Your audio from Wwise should now be audible within Unreal Engine. Let's test it out. Using notifies with Wwise events makes it super easy for sound designers to implement audio to animations within the Unreal editor. It also makes it especially easy when it comes to making edits to the timing of events or even changing the sound itself within a Wwise event without altering any of the blueprints or notifies within Unreal Engine. Most of all, since sound designers can handle the audio work within the game engine, It frees game developers from that work and saves them time. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.